Welcome to an Alaska homestead where we're becoming more self-sufficient on a remote island in southeast Alaska.
With her scent. Back in the boat.
Well, we decided to drop anchor and try our luck at halibut. I think we're there.
All right. Tie that sucker off.
I think we might have just landed right on the hook.
As soon as we dropped anchor, we brought a little green mat for the dogs. Since they were puppies, we were having them use the bathroom on that. When we got on a bigger boat, they would be able to just be like, oh, this is where we go to the bathroom. That didn't happen. They waited till we finally hit land again and then finally went to the bathroom. We also didn't have any luck on halibut. We did catch a few rockfish. Rockfish are delicious though, so it wasn't a complete wash. After we got done fishing, we decided to cruise over to Hoonah and check out that place. Hoonah's a cool little village that has about 900 people there. They it's a big time fishing community, and as you can see here, here's where some of the fishing boats offload their catch. The second part of our trip was that we wanted to go check out this new property that just became available. It's about 8 acres, surrounded by national forest, and it's just too good of an opportunity to not at least go by and check out.
Down here.
nothing this way? Okay.
But this is all exposed.
Until we hit
See
it.
all the kelp?
It's just spit jerking
Yeah.
out my mouth.
And then you've got this one here. Yeah, see if you look below us, it's all sand.
Beautiful.
Raven, stay. 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 Raven, come here. Come. Raven, come here. Yeah, big rock right there. There we go.
Wow.
Raven, stay. Let's go get this right. Come on.
You want to push off? Or you want some back?
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay.
That was the original cabin that was built. They lived in that while they were building the big one.
Okay. We'll see you in a few.
Yeah.
I think we definitely would want a landing craft, Brian.
Yeah. This was the original cabin they built when they lived in while they were building their bigger cabin. Boards with nails in it. And that's a telltale sign that
We're on, Bear.
you're in bear country.
Hey, Bear.
Is that a big tree?
Yeah.
It's a big tree.
That's a big tree.
That's a big tree.
So this coming up on your
Big
left is
big
flat.
blowdown.
Oh, want me to go hug it?
That's a big tree.
Okay, look on the ground for some moose tracks. This is where I saw them last time.
Really?
Right through here.
Scat.
Still warm. It sticks to my teeth.
Right there. That's moose. That's moose.
Oh yeah. Look at that. That's moose right there.
That's moose right there.
Moose in the front yard, promising. Oh jeez, we just missed Skipper falling through the little bridge.
So
It's a little dilapidated. So the cabin's right here. It's on the very back of the property because right behind it is the property marker and National Forest. You do have, so you're surrounded by National Forest, but a mile away there's another little horseshoe that's got another cabin that's all the same thing. It's also one cabin, and then it's got its own little horseshoe, and then it's National Forest again. And then there's some other lots going up north that are available for purchase, but they're a few miles away.
we're out in Icy Straits at this wonderful cabin. This cabin is 20 by 50 are the dimensions, and the builder of this cabin did a tremendous job. Not quite finished, it just needs some siding, it's roofed, it's all insulated. But underneath in this cabin, which is pretty neat for remote properties, it's hard to tell, but he went down to bedrock all the way down and put Bigfoot footers and then filled up the sonotubes with concrete. And it's all pressure treated. The floor is completely insulated. And then he even tried to put a vapor barrier down to help with some of the vapor.
He's got the beams going across. That's on the pilings, but all this was cut from a Alaska chainsaw mill, and that's all your joist. So all these he hand cut. Well, not hand cut, but used a chainsaw mill, and that's what your house is sitting on.
He also had engineers out here to take a look at the property and make sure that it was built to high standards, and they gave him the check mark for it.
So we'll need some new either tie-back, or you can put new tar paper on it and new siding, but
My thought was with the wood mill, tie-back it, home wrap it, whatever product you want to use, and then you can get an adapter for your wood mill, mill some of the stuff out, and just make slats coming down.
yeah.
Or you can haul material out here. But there's so much more building material out here for this cabin. We have a workshop shed in here. It's got some generators, gas cans. I think there's a boat motor in there. You've got the outhouse over here. And the big pride and joy of this lot is the garden. The garden is overrun. It's been 3 years since anybody's attended to it. But you got 3 massive lots, about 7.5 acres, close to 8. And the water is right there.
Yeah, that's a lot of brush in front of you, so it's hard to see the water, but you're about 500 feet from the waterfront.
If you knock down some of this old growth forest right here,
I'm not cutting down old growth.
take down all the dead nasty stuff, you'll have a water view before you know it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd probably protect you. I bet you'd probably get pretty good winds like
He
we
says
do.
he does get good winds through here.
Yeah.
His main reason, he left the buffer because he was nervous about looky-loos showing up.
That was the same way they didn't limb up the trees in front of our place, because
Yeah.
they were like, well, we were worried about people
We were
coming
one
and
of the first people that started building over there, and they were afraid of looky-loos, and that's why it's where it is.
so we'll take a look inside and see what the cabin. So this is 20 by 50.
Correct.
I mean, this is more than double the size of our cabin now. Obviously, the four-legged kids love it here. They're just running around having a good old time.
Okay, one thing I did notice different, we have mosquitoes.
Oh, there's mosquitoes here?
Oh my God, tons.
Yeah, at our island, there's no CMs, but hardly any mosquitoes. In here, you can see the mosquitoes flying around. So you've got a dining room. I think was doing some sort of like a rocket mass heater for the wood stove, so it would the wood would come up, go through here, go down, and then come back up.
And he was going to go all the way through
He's got one hole cut, yeah.
all the way up. And then all of the supplies are all over here. So he's got a propane tank outside underneath the cabin. And then he was going to use this as a wood-fired cooking stove, old school style.
Yeah.
Which is pretty neat.
The old woodsman.
So all of this stuff stays with the cabin. Everything stays. So what you see stays. So you've got all this extra drywall.
Insulation, drywall.
And there's some really neat tools over here.
Another front door. So this must be the living room in here?
Well,
Oh, is that the living
kitchen.
room?
I'll show you what he thinks is the living room up top.
Okay.
But you've got all these tools. Everything that you see here.
It's just more drywall.
And then this right here, in his eyes, was going to be kind of the utility room, maybe a bathroom down here. And he's got lots of insulation.
Oh, he's got a freezer.
But look at this beam that he milled.
Oh, he milled that?
Yeah.
That's a big beam.
It's huge.
I don't know if you would even need these.
So he had the engineers out here, and they said this place was just basically overbuilt.
Yeah, I don't think with a beam that size, I don't know if you need all these coming in between, but it's nice.
Decorativeness here. Little archways.
Is that metal?
No, it's a little piece of wood.
Is it really wood? Oh, nice.
But yeah, this is a cool feature here. This is gonna be neat.
If you're smart enough to figure it out.
Right, and he knows the company, and he's got all the instructions.
Oh, does he?
And he's got everything.
Nice. These are a little wider than 3 feet. Or 2.5 feet. That's how big our stairs are.
And his eyes was going to be the living room. So they started to do this room first. But he put the blanket here to trap some of the heat.
Yeah.
They started the drywall here. So you've got another secondary source of heat up top right here that they were burning stuff.
It's nice. I like the roofs.
Yeah,
Or the ceiling.
as you can see, and what's really cool is the scaffolding.
Yeah.
I mean, he built these 8'3" ceilings. He wanted higher than standard ceilings.
Yeah.
So these are not your typical 8-inch studs. He wanted it to be a little bit more grand.
Nice.
So which trees are you knocking down, bud?
Hey,
All the dead.
Raven.
Yeah, all the dead stuff definitely comes down.
And then this is where he did all of his milling.
Oh, I saw the sawdust pit over there. Yeah, just on the other side. Where all that scrap is, yeah.
I mean,
I was like,
you could come in with that excavator and re-excavate out all these little,
all this little spruce and
yeah, clean it back up again and continue your garden.
yeah. I mean, he's got some really awesome stuff started. Do you know where the like plum trees and stuff are? I mean, I'm not really familiar with trees, so if he did,
But this whole area was basically his garden.
that's pretty cool. It's all overgrown now, but
Yeah, and they
with a little elbow
had
grease.
it all: the potatoes, the carrots, the lettuce,
Yeah.
everything.
Okay. I thought it might be a window.
So it just needs to be brought back to life a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's what happens in Alaska. You don't live it. Mother Nature takes it back.
That's true. And in 3 years,
Yeah.
she's reclaiming it pretty quickly.
It doesn't take time.
No.
So the current owner of this property is a wonderful gentleman. He wants to see his legacy, his dream continue to be finished. But in the new owners, with their own flair, of course. So he's offered to come out to site, go through the property completely with the new owners, all the tips and tricks, what to watch out for, go through the garden, show where everything's been planted, give the names of everything, go through the cabin, and show where all the additional supplies are and how to fix that chimney stove down below.
Yeah.
To finish that project. He looks forward to that day of passing the torch off to the new buyers.
Those new buyers could just be me and my lovely wife and our 2 crazy dogs that almost fell down the steps.
So you ready for this?
Yeah.
The sweet spot? You'll never have neighbors.
No. No.
Even though it's 7.5 acres, you've got the Tongass National Forest and the feds own it. So the feds own
That's
that
true.
forest. No one is building, no one is cutting. So you can hike. So on our way home today, we're gonna go through the Swanson Harbor Cut. We call it kind of the backdoor entrance to get around the Couverton Islands. But if you walk this way, about a mile or so, there is a game trail that you can get to your nearest neighbor. And Swanson Harbor is that way.
And your nearest neighbor is about a mile away.
About a mile away, yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, that was the walk through the cabin. The cabin's nice, I like it, but it's the property that I really like. And the fact that he's already got 2 big rhodie plants established, and he's got some trees back here. Well, I don't think I even showed you this. I don't think I showed you this. Come on over here. He's got some really cool trees here. There is a, where did I see that at? Oh, right here. He's got a Japanese maple back here. I don't know a whole lot about trees, but I know that's a Japanese maple. So there's a lot of pretty cool stuff here that we're really excited about. And I'm not kidding. We're going to do some serious talking because this is 20... This is, well, from start to beginning, from Hoonah, this is probably the same distance we are from our island to Juneau. Now this is an island, it's actually falls underneath the Haynesboro, but your closest town is going to be Hoonah, and you're about 35 to 40 minutes from Hoonah. You are crossing the icy straits, which does blow up just like the waterway that we have to cross in the wintertime. And you're a lot closer to the open ocean, so it's probably going to be a little bit more gnarly than it is where we live. But just to be surrounded by national forests is what really has drawn me in, because I like where we live. I love the camaraderie, the community, but it sure would be nice to just be out here and have a little more foot room. So it does have some wet spots, as you can see right here, because they built a little bridge to go over that. And it's wet now, and we really haven't gotten a whole lot of rain, as you guys know. So I don't know where that comes from or whatnot, but if you walk about a mile into the national forest, there's a big, on the map, well, I haven't been out there, but on the map there's a big, looks like a big stream. It might even be a river. I'll have to look at a topographical map and see what that is that's cutting through there. But anyways, it's a great property. And man, those are some big moose tracks. It'd be nice, because we typically go to Fairbanks to grab moose, and it'd be nice to have moose right here in your backyard. I mean, you got the national forest right there. You just have to pull a tag, and then you can hunt moose right here. That would be a definite perk. There's also deer tracks here too. So we've got Sitka blacktail deer and moose. Well, you've seen the big nails on the board, so there's obviously bear here. Very cool place. It definitely need a little TLC, but it's something to seriously consider. So in Hoonah they have Icy Straits lumber, and they do a lot of cedar work. So I've been looking around looking for cedar trees, and I have not seen any cedar. All I've seen is the same stuff we have here. There's alder on the beach, there's spruce and hemlock here. That's what I've been noticing. They've cleared a lot of land to open this up. It faces the west, and they said they get a big, nice western sunset. Where's that other eagle? Calling for his mate.
So who owns the property over this?
Well, this is a pretty nice place. Look here, you've got your own little cove here. I mean, it's not super protected, but it is nice. Now, you don't own, some of that over there is national forest, so you don't own all of that, but it ain't, nobody else owns it. It's the federal government. It's the Tongass National Forest, so it's staying that way forever. It's a great place. This is going to be bugs are a little worse here than at our place. Have to get some bug dope. Nice. You got eagles around here. There's whales, all kinds of sea life. Now the other eagle's mate's caught up. They're both talking. Anyways, me and my wife are going to have to do some serious talking. We might be listing our place. I don't know. A lot to think about. Oh, there's a whale right there. Big humpback. Well, there's two of them. There's another whale right over here. So my wife just yelled a whale. So obviously there's more than one whale out here. That's a lovely little place. Oh, there's a loon right out there too. I don't know if you can see the loon. This is all your beachfront. Did you guys see the loon out there?
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Let's see that smile, Mandy.
Not yet. Not yet, Raven. Wait.
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 No, not yet, Raven. No,
Wait.
not yet. Okay, okay, go, 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 go.
All right, come on, guys.
Let's go, honey.
Come on, Skipper.
Come on, let's go. Raven, let's go. Good job.
Come on, Skipper. Come on. Uh-oh, Bobby. There you go. So on the way back, Steve took us through a shortcut, and part of that shortcut is you got to go through this place called the Shallows. It's basically it's marked with some big poles sticking out of the water, and you can only go during high tide, but you got rocks on the left and rocks on the right of you, and even at I think it was at a 14-foot tide that we went through, we were in about 8 foot of water, so definitely. It's definitely not passable at all during all times of the tide. 8 feet. You can see the rocks right here. So the two fell down, so they got two makeshift ones right here. Threaded his way through the shallows. On our way back home, we saw a whole bunch of fishing boats, so we had to slow down for that. One of the fishing boats in the lead there was our good friend Steve Homestead. He runs the Alaska Humpback Adventures. If you're coming to Juneau, you should at least give Alaska Humpback Adventures a look. Steve runs one of the best whale watching tours in Juneau. Go check him out. We drove up next to him, gave him a big hello, waved to the passengers that he was giving a tour to, and always good to see him out on the water. So we finished up right where we began, back on the island. We left about 9 o'clock this morning and got back just a little bit after 9 p.m. at night. Always good to be back home though. The old JJ.